Right, Zhongshi. Now, just give a bit of a background. Through most of the pandemic, Singapore handled the COVID situation really well under its zero COVID strategy like China. Daily cases were low, but the city-state has switched gears since August when it managed to vaccinate 80% of its population. Since then, Singapore has been transitioning towards living with COVID-19, gradually opening up its economy, its borders. As a result, Singapore is currently experiencing a wave which the country has not experienced since the beginning of the pandemic, despite the high vaccination coverage. But it's important to point out that unlike Europe and the US, when they experienced similar waves, they didn't have the wide protection of vaccination. Therefore, death numbers were high and the medical system was overwhelmed. Singapore is in a very different place. Most of the COVID cases these days have mild or no symptoms. The authorities here have started the campaign to ask these patients to recover from home. In the meantime, Singapore leaders are committed to reopening. As you mentioned earlier, they've added South Korea into the vaccinated travel lane and are in negotiations with the US and other European countries to facilitate quarantine-free travel for vaccinated people as soon as the end of the year. This week, Singapore has also shortened the quarantine period from 14 days to 10 days for a number of higher risk countries. So they are committed to this reopening path. Zhongshi.
Meryl, how exactly is the public reacting to the reopening plan despite the fact that the number of cases has been surging?
It's a mixed bag, to be honest. Some feel that since the city-state has one of the highest vaccinated population in the world, the easing should be faster. But there is another quarter of the society who are really concerned with the recent spike in cases and want the government to go back to full lockdown. There is definitely anxiety within the society and different opinions, and that's exactly why Singapore's Prime Minister Hsien spoke to the public just 30 minutes ago. He acknowledged the different opinions within the community and said that he wanted to speak to the people directly. He reiterated that Singapore is committed to its living with COVID strategy in the long term. He urges Singaporeans to upgrade their mindset towards COVID. He said that thanks to the vaccination, COVID is no longer a scary disease. He urged the older folks to get vaccinated, the vulnerable group, if they haven't get vaccinated. He also asked them to get booster shots to increase their immune system. He said the next few weeks will be critical. Case numbers will continue to climb until it stabilizes. But he also said that we can slow, but we cannot stop the Delta variant. Going forward, the utmost important task for Singapore government is to make sure its healthcare system is intact. So there might be further tightening in terms of social gathering, the number of people can get together to eat and socialize. But overall, in terms of long term, the country will continue to open up its borders, continue to gradually open up its economy.